Well, I think I got signal again. Think I may have some signal again, y'all. I rebooted my phone and it popped up 4G. It popped up 4G just for a minute. I mean 4 bars. It popped up 4 bars. What's up, Ronald? It popped up 4 bars and 4G. Rick Bowes rides. I had about 13, 15 people in here a while ago, and I had to, there come Mary. Okay, here she comes. She found me. Yeah, I think we got good signal now, maybe. I don't know. It is what it is. Mine was spinning crazy a while ago. I don't know why. I don't know why. We got 4 in the house. We got 3 thumbs up. We're trying it again. It's all good for now. Hey, Rhonda. Yeah, we're just going to hang out here a little while, I guess. Hey, I tell you what, when you got a lot of people in a string, I can only imagine them people that has, just like that truck driver dude with 500-600 people in his live stream. I mean, he no telling how many hours he has. Just like a while ago, that little bitty, 38 minutes we were in here a while ago. 38 minutes with the amount of people that was in here gave me 6 hours. That's crazy. So that's cool. I'll take it. Yeah, we still at home, man. We got here yesterday. Wait, yeah, today. Wow. Seemed like we've been home a while, but we just got home yesterday afternoon. Yeah, we got home yesterday afternoon. And we got the baby with us. BJ's son's daughter. And but we just hanging out. That computer in there is spinning. Everything's spinning. I don't have Wi-Fi here, you know. It's just my hotspot on my phone. So apparently that one in there lost signal. Oh well. I used to have good signal down here on the boat. Hey, New Vision. We're black. Wait, tell me. Oh, yeah, maybe it's my head spinning. But y'all, can y'all see me? Oh, I'm fine. Okay. Well, Blake freaked me out for a minute. We're back in black. I thought you meant you couldn't see me. I was just low light, bro. You good? Okay. 'Cause I was on smile at you. I could do it this way. I'm just scared to touch something and think I would mess it up. Oh, there's some head. We just put it right here and just leave it alone before we mess up. Because I'll mess it up in a minute. Is it Sunday karaoke yet? No, not yet, not yet. Hope y'all didn't see that. Who are you talking to? Nobody. No, I heard her saying something. You talking to Papa? Huh? Huh? I pumped the lights up a little bit. Oh man, I tell you, y'all were rocking. Lily Gypsy Child, I mean, heck, she got in there. She was dancing and all. No, I ain't on no lockdown. No. No, we're not on. Well, Louisiana is so cold. I don't know. I don't know. I get ready to go somewhere. I'm going. Yeah, Lily was getting down. Our job was designated as essential. RVs, hauling RVs. And I guess where they're getting around that is that, I don't know how they're getting around it. Well, the way they said it is that, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. They saying that people are wanting to buy RVs and head to the mountains and head to the desert and get away from town. So they buying RVs. So we got to keep delivering RVs, which is fine with me because BJ and I, we don't get around a lot of people. Even before all this started, we just do our deal and stay, roll. And don't make a whole lot of contact. Yeah, you're right. Distancing themselves from everybody. It's just like here, like right here where I'm at. I mean, there's nobody down here. Nobody lives down here except for us. Now, the guy next door, they're remodeling this little house on pontoons. But they're not going to be through with that till, shoot, probably next year or at the end of the year. Yeah. Tell you, that place that I had out in the country, out there, it was 30 acres. They had two little rent trailers across the street over there. Hey, Debbie, they had two little rent trailers, and only one of them was rented, and those people, I never saw them out, which when you turned off the road and hit my driveway, it was 100 yards, a football field, from time you turned off all the way to my carport. Real pretty drive going back up in there. And there was one way in. Well, you could, if you wanted to leave out, you could go out through the, the cornfields out back. But yeah, whenever I'd pull in, I'd shut my gate. Because I was 32 miles from my kids. So they weren't going to ride out there unless they called me to make sure I was home. So they weren't going to come all the way out there. But sometimes my little girl, they would go out there while I was gone and spend the weekend just to get away from town, which was cool. I miss that place. But really, the only way to have a place that big, you need to be home more. Because, man, my grass would grow. Golly. So I'd spend like 2 good days mowing and picking up sticks and all that stuff. Which I enjoyed it, but I didn't like, I'm that type, when I'm mowing, I don't like all the hay, all the kick, So I got out there sometimes and I'd rake it up in piles and pick it up. Yep. Can I ask how the fire happened? Our house was set alarm for when? It was 14. Check this out. It was my air conditioner. The air conditioner arced in the back. And I was mowing. My girlfriend at the time had went to Vicksburg, Mississippi. So I was mowing. I had a nice Kubota tractor. And man, I kept mowing, and that gauge was like down on empty. I kept mowing, and then finally I said, well, I'm going to go, because I was hot too. I said, well, I'm just going to go in the house. So I pulled up right by the house and went inside and called to see where she was at. She was almost at the house. So I started eating some, I remember this, I was eating some Captain Crunch and watching Bonanza on my couch. And when she came in, and she had just got her passport, and so I said, I almost ran out of fuel. I'm going to take a little nap, then I'll go get some fuel. Man, I fell asleep on the love seat. She was on the couch. It was about 35, 45 minutes. All of a sudden, I was out too. She said, I smell smoke. And then about that time, I raised up and I heard pow. And I looked back, and we had the little patio door, had glass on each side of the door, and the curtains, man, they were on fire. So I thought something on the patio had caught on fire, which there was nothing back there. So she ran over to the sink. I ran outside. I had a little water sprinkler going. We had one water faucet outside in the back, and I had the sprinkler on it. So when I ran around, I was trying to undo that, and when I turned and looked, the whole back side of my house was going. And she had ran around there and coughing and all. What did I do? I said, run to the neighbors and call, because our cell phones and everything was in the house. Everything. So, and I had backed up a trailer. I was making a delivery, on Monday, I believe, or a couple days later. And so I ran, and the smoke was just boiling out under the carport. And you could see maybe 2 foot of clearness. So I wasn't, no way I was going back in that house. And so I was trying to move that trailer. One jumped in my truck. My battery was dead. So I put it in neutral because we were on a little incline. It wouldn't move because I had chopped the wheel in the back. So I went back there. It was a 34-foot travel trailer. I finally got the wheel chock moved, and then I had left it in neutral, and the truck started rolling. And all this time, I'm just crying and hollering. I don't think it was a crying. I think I was just something. It was just coming, man. It was just coming, just hurt. I guess that's what real hurt is. It was just coming up. It's like it was just shrinking my body and just coming out. It was a deathly sound I was making, and I never can get through this story. Never can get through. So, so the truck and trailer ride moves just a little bit, and the fire, I had a pretty little place too, and so I ran into the shop, big shop, 40 by 60, and to get my four-wheeler, and usually nothing I have cranks, nothing cranks, when you're gone, and you don't put it on a tender and all. But just so happened my four-wheeler cranked. And so I come out with it, and my girlfriend at the time was halfway that 100 yards. She was out there in the middle on her knees, just screaming and all, because she was hearing me holler, and then that sound or whatever, and then didn't hear it anymore. And she thought I went back in the house. So when I came out on the four-wheeler, you know, she jumped up and came, and we hooked the winch to it and pulled that out of the way. I lost my Harley, her car, my tractor, uh, everything. You know, we had just got home the day before, so we unloaded everything out of the truck, and my Yeti was up under the carport, and it was just melted. Uh, I had a '76 Corvette, and I had it out in the shop, but usually I have it up under the carport. That's where her car was, and but still to this day, seriously, y'all, still to this day, I can picture things that I lost or to come to me. Oh, what about that? And then I'll like turn my head. It's like seriously, this is no lie, y'all. It's like I'm at the door. and I'll turn my head to where I remember seeing it, and I can see it clear. The biggest loss I had in that fire, the biggest loss, I had my dad's flag that was draped across his coffin in one of those flag boxes on my mantle. It's gone. And I still have my my graduation ring from 1976. And my girlfriend had it, and when she got home, she went in the bathroom and washed her hands, and she took it off. And so when we were out there in the field watching my house go down, she just was crying, and I knew she was trying to say something, and I said, "What is it?" I mean, don't worry about it. It's all gone. We made it out. And she said, "Your ring, I washed my hands and I left it in there." And I just, you know, just like, oh, well, what else? You know, shit happens. The next day we were out there. There was nothing. I mean, there was nothing. We found some coins. I had $800 in my wallet. You know, I put everything on the counter, keys, wallet, you know, my laptop. I lost so much with my laptop. But she went in there in the bathroom, and I mean, everything is, look, y'all, it's just on the ground, except for, like, you know, refrigerator, which it's all this and that, and a hot water tank. And she went on her hands and knees in that bathroom, and you know, she found my ring. She found that ring, and it was the darkest brown that you ever could imagine, just blackish brown. And boy, she was happy when she found that ring. And my buddy, his good friend was a jeweler, and he brought it to him. And man, my ring looked better then than it did when I got it, you know, back in 1976. But other than that, everything everything. I still see stuff, y'all. But anyway, we made it out. So we some of y'all might have heard the story. Well, I doubt it. I don't know. But we had got for my tractor. This is the funny part. I don't know if y'all have heard it, but the insurance guy, all I had to do was send him pictures. And so he called me like 2 days later after they got the report. I had to send a report from the fire marshal showing it what caused it. And so he called me and said, Mr. Thomas, we sent you out your check for the tractor. We put it overnight, so you should be getting it tomorrow. So I knew I still owed like $7,500 on my tractor. Owed like $7,500 on my tractor. And so I said, I didn't know, man, you know, poor people, country people, when they want to get something and they can, you know, they telling you how much the notes are. You ain't even listening. You're just waiting for them to say sign here, you know. And so he said, yeah. I said, well, shouldn't you be sending that to Kubota? Because that's who I had it financed through. I said, shouldn't you be sending that to Kubota? He said, oh, no, we already sent them the payoff on it. This is your replacement value check. So old country boy not knowing nothing, you know. I said, he said, yeah, it's $8,800. So I said, oh, yeah. My replacement check. Oh, yeah, that's right, my replacement check. Thank you. Yeah, I'm glad y'all getting on that real quick. I didn't know I was getting no replacement value check. I didn't know that. So I got $8,800. And the guy I bought my house from, he was financing it for us. I only gave him like $15,000 down. It was how much was it? It was 140 something thousand or whatever. No, I don't forget what it was, 150 or so. So I was paying it. He was only charging me 2% interest. So I had the insurance on it and everything. So I owed, no. It was like 170. And I owed 140 something, 145, I believe. Yeah, 150. I owed 150. And so he had insured the place for 120. Just the house, not the, you know, the barn, the big shop and all. So how was it? He told me, he said, now, really the check is yours, the 120, but, you know, I don't want to just give you that check and then you just disappear, you know. So so he told me, he said, how'd he say it? Because I had paid like $5,000 in interest already. He said, I'll tell you what I'll do. Guess what it was? If you let me have that check, I will take off that $5,000 interest and you'll only owe me $20,000 left with the property. So, I mean, yeah. So I did it, you know, naturally. So I only owed $20,000. I didn't have a house, but I had a big 40 by 60 shop, 16-foot eaves. And with that $8,800, I took that and we built an apartment on the end, a 20 by 40, you know, 8-foot tall. And we furnished it and you know, all the appliances and everything. So but I had paid him 15,000 down. So basically 15,000, and then that 20 owed him, that was 35. And then, whatever I had paid him for my monthly note, I looked at that like rent. So, so now I got this big shop, apartment in it, and I really basically only got like 35,000 in it, because naturally my motorcycle, it got paid off, and I got a couple thousand back on it, but I lost everything else. But anyway, but coming home, I would use my son's zero-turn mower, but using a zero-turn mower out there on that big, it wasn't good for it. And then I got to where I didn't want to come home, and the grass would get high. So anyway, I ended up selling that place for $135,000. Paid the 20 off. Well, I was a little less than 20 by then. So I really came out, other than losing all my sentimental stuff, came out real good. So I ended up selling the place, and then buying this boat. I don't care telling y'all my business, man. Y'all my family. So I bought this boat for $155, and I gave them 85 down on it, and I only owe $7,500 left on this boat, and it'll be paid off in September. But now I smell smoke. Somebody's burning smoke or something. Burning smoke. I said somebody's burning smoke. Hey, man, somebody's burning smoke, man. Y'all burning? Hey, y'all burning smoke? But anyway, I never can get through that, y'all. I never can get through that. It's still, and that was that was Labor Day 2015. Labor Day 2015. Hey, but listen here. Since then, the people I sold it to, they didn't stay there long. They sold it. So they sold it. So check this out. The people who have it now went in and built a 2-story on top of what I'd built, because we built it right, man. We went and got a big old beam and put down the center. That beam was, what they call it anyway. They put that beam together. It was 4-inch by, I think it was a 4 by 12 or 4 by 8, 4 by 16 or something. Anyway, it took a bunch of us to get that beam up. And so anyway, he built three more bedrooms up on top with a bathroom up there, and finished the outside of it. And man, it is beautiful, really, inside that shop. And then they cleared out. You could see they went in there with a dozer, and man, that place is pretty. The only thing about it, no telling how long it'd take you to mow it. But I'd probably, if I went back out there, I'd have to get me some goats or something. But it is beautiful. He had it listed for $189. And then they came down to $180. And then I looked yesterday, and they had it down to $160. 31 acres, and it's on the water. It's on the bayou. 31 acres on the bayou, that big shop. So 20 foot all the way to the top is the house. And then you got the 40 by 40 that's open with a big bay doors, a couple bay doors. But the only thing, you got the big slab out there with the fireplace. It's still, I passed by there about 2 months ago, went around the gate and walked in and just checked it all out, looked at it. And, but man, it could make a beautiful place. Because my thoughts was I was going to have that little apartment in there, And then we were going, because I watched this lady on YouTube order this log cabin kit. And she basically did this thing all by herself, basically. And it took her a year to do it. But she had to get some help doing the rafters and stuff. But the logs were numbered, and she just, I mean, that was one of them corn-fed women. And she ran that little bobcat to where she could pick up all the logs and set them. And, I mean, she was manhandling that stuff. So I thought about that, you know, doing that. And then I thought about, well, you could make like a little pavilion out there, have a bathroom in it, and have it fixed up. You know, have a pool table in there. I already had that didn't hurt the fireplace. But I the thing about it, whenever I'm gone, BJ's not going to stay out there. It's too far out there. It's too far out there. So we're going to figure out something, what we're going to do. But I do want to sell this houseboat. I wanted to get a fifth wheel and just live all over the country. But she said, Paul, that's fine if that's what you want to do. I want you to be happy. She said, but I sure wish we had a little house to where we could plant some flowers and stuff, and you pile up all your stuff behind the fence. So I don't know. That's probably what we're going to do, is buy us just a little place on about 3 acres and then still get an RV. And then wintertime, I want to just stay out in the desert. Bring the grandkids, you know, different places. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. 12 in the house, 7 thumbs up. 32 minutes. That baby's still in there. She told me that her bedtime is like 8 o'clock. And the mom and dad